Mobile Glass. West B welcomes your insurance claim and provides a lifetime warranty. For free mobile service, call 434-9893 or stop by 1219 Northeast 11th Avenue off Lafayette Avenue behind Audiotronics. West B Auto Glass. Quality service with a smile.
Hi, this is Dennis Franz of NYPD Blue for RAD, recording artists, actors, and athletes against drunk driving. My character, Andy Sipowicz, has learned that there are a lot of things in life you have no control over. Fortunately, driving drunk isn't one of them. If you drink, don't drive. Choose a designated driver, and if one of your friends has been drinking, get the keys. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A message from the Department of Transportation, Ad Council, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
Welcome back, everybody. The toss of the coin taking place right now. Let's see what has happened out in the center of the field as the Morning Express comes by. Linfield wins the toss. They will defer the decision till the second half. Central's going to take the ball. They will defend the goal down to our left, which is the north end of Maxwell.
The team that has the ground game rather than the passing game. On the other hand, the Wildcats are certainly used to inclement weather.
And you know, a lot of good ideas. This is KLYC, radio for Yamhill County, 1260 AM McMinnville, Newburgh. Our producer today is Jason Kresner. And Jason, do us a favor, will you, and turn up our program back to us on the commercials, if you would. We're going to have a noisy crowd today. The kickoff's taken to the end zone and down there. And Central will start first and 10 of their own 20. So when we go to commercials, if you can give us this playoff football, it doesn't get any better than this. This is what the teams play for all year long, to get to this point, to get into the playoffs, and then see if you can win and advance. Right now, it's just a light rain. Rain is in the forecast for the entire weekend in the western part of the state of Oregon. So we'll probably see rain for the better part of the day. I formation, first play from scrimmage for Central. They give it to the tailback on a blast up the middle. It is Lickway, and he'll get a yard or two, and that's all. And that is very, very important for Linfield today to be able to stop the run. They also ripped the ball loose, but it was after the forward progress.
Is Joe Ritzert. He'll do mostly blocking for Joey Lickway, the running back, as they come out now in a T formation. They'll switch out of it.
Lined up on a powerhouse T backfield with three backs, then switch out of and go to the regular I formation setup with a tight end to the left of the formation. They roll Corselman to the far side, trying to turn the corner, does to the 25, gets out to the 30, and maybe have a first down. No, they're going to get him just shy of the 30 at the 29. Maybe run all the way, as he never really
run the ball twice for every time they pass the ball. When they go to the air, the receivers are Kane, a wide out long, and Chris McCullough.
And McCullough comes out to the near side. He's the only wide receiver on this particular formation as they go to two tight ends on 3rd down and 2 at their own 28. This is a running down for this team. They fake to the fullback. They give it to the tailback straight ahead. Lickway gets to the 30 and gets a first down. Just across the 30. It'll be a pickup of 2, and that'll be first down yardage. 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 for Linfield off. 7:30 start time over at Ted Wilson Gym as they open it up against Warner Pacific. Make it 7 p.m., not 7:30. 7 p.m. start time tonight. And they're going to have an interesting team. We'll talk with Larry during our broadcast today. First down and 10 Central at their own 30. We're just underway. Hand it to the tailback. Blast up the middle. Lickway to the 33 and stacked up. He'll get 2 from the 31 to the 33 straight ahead.
The other side of the ball, the player of the year in their conference was Jeff Sanger, a linebacker.
Potter, Hayden, and Evenson, the linebackers for Linfield. This is 2nd down and 8 Central at their own 33-yard line. No score, first quarter at Maxwell Field. Play action fake. Corselman to throw. Looking, may run, going to run, being pursued, stepped out of bounds as he crosses the 35 and gets it up near the 39. And a nice run by Corselman and
running down for the Aztecs.
You know, if you're wondering, Corselman does run the ball. 70 carries this year, 191 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Averages 17 yards a game.
3rd down and 2, 39-yard line. Central with the ball. They go to the tailback straight ahead. He is hit in the hole, and I don't know if he made it or not.
He made it, but there's a penalty against them as the fullback that time, Joe Ritzert, leaned forward in his position. They're going to have a 5-yard motion penalty.
Illegal procedure coming up for illegal total offense, minus 29 rushing.
And in the second half, it was no go for St. Norbert at all.
They didn't move the ball at all.
The Dutch go airborne for the first time.
They go to a slot left. Bring wide receiver long in motion back through the formation, left to right. Flags are down to his movement on the line of scrimmage. They give it to the tailback straight ahead. Out to the 40 comes Ashelman, who's in there. and tackled there a yard short of first down, but now we're going to have to see about the penalty. There was movement on the line of scrimmage as the ball was being snapped, and it's procedure again against Central. Linfield has an option now.
Rarely. They'll bring Joe Kane back into the ball game. That time, by the way, it was Russell Hayden who was charging the line of scrimmage that caused the center to come out of his stance early.
Take the penalty back to the 29, so it's 3rd down and 12 with backs in the eye for Corsoman. They give it to the fullback on a trap up the middle. Ritzert carries out to the 34, and you can kind of see the philosophy of this team right there. In 3rd down and 12, they go ahead and run the football for Central College. They go tackle to tackle, 283, 273, 284, 266, and 270. And even the tight end, Chad Bigler's 246.
Well, their tight ends, they've got two, one 6'5", the other 6'4".
All right, punting time for Tim O'Neill. He kicks a line drive. It's short. It bounces right to Wong. Faking goes backward to the 33. Hesitate 35. Upside 40, 45. Got a block. And flips down as he tried to make a cut at the 50-yard line. That's where the punter, O'Brien, was going to take 1-yard punt. 12 yards on the return. 11:03 left in a scoreless first quarter from Maxwell Field. Light rain falling now. It started right about kickoff time. That was for the forecast, too. Here's a quick pass by Musser outside, caught by Wong at the 50, goes to the 48 and out of bounds to pick up a 5. Going to be very interesting to see how...
But the first down completion puts the ball into Dutch territory as Wong will come wide to the left, Nosler right.
Slot right for the Wildcats with the ball at the far side hash mark. They move right to left in this opening quarter, and they send Harrison back in motion, give to Marty Williams straight ahead, dives ahead and gets to the 46 for a couple only. And that'll leave 3rd down and a drilling company. Quality because we care. By True Form Collision Repair, make it look like it never happened. And by C.C. Meisel Company, nobody else has the sources, has the horses or the sources. 10:24 left opening quarter. 3rd down, 2.5. Ball just shy of the 46-yard line for Musser and the Wildcats. Straight back, looks left, throws left. Wong, completion 42. Off a tackle, off another tackle, 40. First down, 38. Two really nice moves by Sante Wong,
and in 4 straight years, freshman through senior year, was twice the MVP in the league.
Fine player. First down, Musser with a quick out pattern to his wide receiver, Sante Wong, and the Wildcats have the ball first down to the Central 38. Here's Musser, straight back, no faking. Rush comes, winds up, throws the bomb as he's being hit. It is caught down inside the 5-yard line, down to the 2-yard line, first and goal. Great catch by Sante Wong and a great throw by Kurt Musser.
By Marty Williams, this drive has been Musser to Wong all the way. Wong set it up with the punt return, and then 3 catches for 50 yards. First and goal inside the 3.
Yeah, but it's inside the 2 as they mark it. Let's call it the 1-yard line. A little bit more than a yard to go. First and goal. Russell in as a running back. They give the ball to Williams off tackle. He drives. He's to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Wildcats. In order to set it up. And then Marty Williams carries it in from there for the touchdown. His 6th rushing touchdown of the season. Point after try up on the way and good by Scott Cannon. And we have a timeout of the field here in McMinnville. Linfield has struck early and leads 7-0. We're going back to the station. Wildcat football will continue following this 60-second break on KLYC. Well, that's a good sign. Linfield scores the first time they have the football. Here's Cannon's kick. This one will be returned from the 4-yard line. Back to the 5, 10, 15, up the middle of the field to the 20, 25, 30, and the Wildcats finally get him down up at around the 33 or 34-yard line. Musser to Sante Wong to set it up.
Wildcats late getting the defensive player onto the field. They tried to get a reserve linebacker, and he did not get on.
So it's 11 on 10. They hand the ball to the tailback, and a crushing hit at the line of scrimmage. Little play action, and then finally give the ball on the delay.
And Crom.
Shifting the defense around now as Central has 2nd down and 9. Long count by Corselman, receiver in motion. Corselman sprint back to the near side, going to run again to the 35 off a tackle, to the 40, first down to the 45, carries to the 50, ran right through Ike Ellis tackle, and he's all the way to midfield. Nice run by the quarterback, and a first down for Central quarterback.
Hill just barely in Central territory.
Kane and Long, wide receivers coming out to the near side, the slot left, and now they send Long back in motion through the formation. They sprint out and run option to that far side, keeping his Corselman, gets to the 46, got near the 45, and then is wrapped up and tackled as he got down near the Linfield 45-yard line. That was just straight out, put the ball up top. Pacific Lutheran playing today. We're going to get some scores on that game from our boss, Mark Meininger, who's up watching the game in Puyallup. Noon start also, PLU against St. John's of Minnesota. So as we get scores back to the studio, Jason will pass those along to us, and we'll give them to you. Here's this play of stuff. They give it to the tailback. That's Eshelman, and he gets to the line of scrimmage. Riddell have been alternating on every other play. Third down and 4 Central at the Linfield 44. If you're just joining us, Linfield leads 7-0. We have 6:50 to go in the opening quarter.
We've not seen Jay Backus on defense yet today, as Riddell has been in there.
Long count, and here's Corselman straight back to pass. Sets up, looks, throws over the middle. He's got a man wide open. It's caught. It's going to be a touchdown. He beat Ellis, and McCullough is gone. Touchdown Central. They got Linfield right back to tie the game on the bomb from quarterback Scott Corselman. That's his 14th touchdown passing of the year, and for McCullough, the wide receiver, it's his 5th reception for a touchdown. Here's a low snap, but they get it up, and the kick is up and through. Good. Tim O'Neill did the kicking, not Kroloff. He's the punter, and O'Neill kicks it through. All right, we've got a timeout on the field and a new game at Maxwell Field. A Central has scored to tie it up. It's tied at 7. And we'll be back following
November 16th at noon at Salem Stadium. Co-hosted by the City of Salem and the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. Broadcast live on ESPN2.
And that's exactly what everybody's playing for, to get to that game. Here's the kickoff. Ricks to take it. Got it at the 8. To the 10, to the 15, to the 20, up the middle of the field to the 25, and struggles on out to the 29-yard line. 21 yards on the return by Ricks. First down Linfield at 5 plays. And to their credit, they come right back to tie the game at 7, and now the Wildcats go back on offense with a slot left formation. They leave Russell in there as a blocking back. Offset eye in the backfield. They give it on a little end around reverse to Wong, gets to the 35 and gets all the way out to the 38-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Part of the fly offense. We've also got a flag down. Thank you, Dave Hansen. And this may be coming back, and it is holding against Linfield. Indeed, it will come back. That's too bad. That's headline. Today's broadcast brought to you by C.C. Meisel Company. Nobody else has the horses or the sources, and by True Form Collision Repair. Make it look like it never happened. Interesting that we have the number 1 seed in the West, Linfield, against the number 4 seed Central here today, and then up the other half of the bracket, the number 6 seed Pacific Lutheran hosting the number 7 seed St. John's of Minnesota. As 2 underdogs won last week. Quick flip to Wong. Got it. 20, 25, 30. He breaks ahead. 35. Got a first down to the 40 and out of bounds. 41-yard line. Boy, there's the speed. Far so good. 6:14 to go in the quarter and no score. Or 7-7 score. Tie game. Wong goes wide to the right with Nichols. And then they bring John Nosler out to the left of the formation. First down just across the 40-yard line. To the run to Williams straight ahead. Got hit at the line of scrimmage and bounces off 45. Hits open field to the 50, 45, 40. Up the sideline, 35, 30, 25, 40, and out of bounds. At about the 18. And a flag way back up at the 50-yard line. I believe against Linfield. I think they got a blocking. Yeah, it's holding against Linfield. It's coming back. Oh, that hurt. Talking about this earlier. How can they be the number 4 seed in the West if they were number 3 in the nation? Exactly right. Yeah. I mean, if you don't give them a number 1 seed, okay, that's one thing. But how can you put them all the way down to a number 4 seed? I don't know. Draw handoff to Williams to the 40, to the 45. The Jitterbugs gets to the 50 and will go down at the 49 of Central. That's a good gain. And will be a first down. That's it.
Fritz Messenbrink will start the 5, and 2 freshman kids, Travis Jones, a 6'7" freshman from McMinnville High School, and TJ's Middlesworth, a freshman from Big Fork, Montana, will rotate in on our front line, so we'll be a little thin and a little inexperienced, but I think both those people are capable of giving us a couple of good minutes.
Back to play. Here's a pass downfield. It is a reception. Nice catch by Nichols.
A neutral, as it were.
Exactly, which is what
crew.
They do that on all levels of the NCAA playoffs. They'll bring in a crew from another league that's not affiliated with the 2 teams playing. Here comes the draw to Williams again. Breaks through 50, goes to the 45 and ahead to the 43. It'll gain 6. And good gainer as over to make the
The Central of Iowa team, 52 players, 51 of them from the state of Iowa, the lone outcast from Illinois.
Nichols and Nosler wide to the right, Wong out to the left, third down, look for the quick pass. Here's the throw, complete to Nichols. He's got a first down to the 35. Nice play call, the quick pass. And
Wildcats, Nosler, Wong, Harrison, and Nichols, not a reference to the famed Notre Dame crew, but rather to the wrestling group, the Four Horsemen.
First down, marked at the 36-yard line. Central territory to Williams straight ahead to the 35, breaks through to the 31-yard line. Nice run, about a 5-yard pickup before Austin Bonema, the linebacker, could all have
eligibility left next year and beyond, working against a senior-laden defensive front four for the Dutch.
Single setback, slot right, tight end Bukite to the left of the formation. Here's the throw. Near side got Wong open, and he threw it short, and it's intercepted, and it's going to be returned out. Goal line 5, 10, 15. Back out to the 20-yard line. It's Rick Nelson, flag down, up to the sideline to the 30, to the 40, and gets to the 50, and gets his helmet knocked off at the 50.
Advantage, but Musser had trouble setting up in the mud. By the time he set his back foot to get the throw off, it was, in fact, a little late, and a nice job, by the way, by Rick Nelson to get the interception. It wasn't a cakewalk at all. A good return will be nullified. Oh, it's a procedure call against Linfield, a holding call against the defense. Now, it has to do with when did the holding take place. I assume it took place after the exchange.
And back to they mark it at the 16, and that's where Central will start. So Linfield gets a little help there, and that, even though they turn the ball over, at least Central is backed up at their own 16. All right, backs in the eye, moving left to right. Start the fullback in motion, that's Ritzert. Give the ball to the tailback, off tackle, not much there. Lickway then gets hammered down as he gets that out to about the...
And certainly into the fourth quarter, because Central is a team who often comes from behind. You've got to get a lead on them early on.
I'm going to give listeners their fourth quarter stat and scoring. It's almost unbelievable. We'll do that after this play. Second down and 7 at the 19. They run option to the near side to Corselman. Here's the pitch. Lickway's in big trouble, and they eat him up and throw him for a loss of 3. Hayden, the linebacker, gets there first, but Jay
just beat up on you the whole game, and eventually it wears on you.
Yeah, they wear them out.
I'd be surprised if they threw here, but they're going out of a passing formation.
2 receivers to the left, a slot left. Backs are in the eye. They do go back to the run again with a tailback. Lickway gets to the 25 and is knocked down there. It'll not be a first down. They needed to get out almost, past the 26. The tackle's made shy of the 35.7 average, and he'll be kicking here to Sante Wong, who is single deep back around his 35.
Good chance for the Wildcats to get outstanding field position if Wong can collect this punt.
He's returned 20 for 182 yards this year, 9.1 average, and rated second in the Northwest Conference in that category. High snap, but he gets it. No rush. Here's O'Neill's kick to the far side. It's going to bounce. He'll never get there, Will Wong, and it's going to curl out of bounds at the Linfield 46. That's a good kick by O'Neill because he kicks it away from the dangerous Wong. Wildcats break the huddle now and come to the ball.
For the Wildcats, Hollabaugh, Dill, Agpalza, Buckner, and Lawrence in the offensive line.
Nichols wide to the right. Harrison and Nosler slot to the left. Ball's at the far side hash mark. They're going to go trips left as they show motion. They hand the ball to Nichols. He gets to the 45 and then to the 48. The fly offense with a receiver coming around in motion and getting the handoff. And it's a little of a basic one-back set.
David Russell, the lone back in the backfield for the Wildcats on this series.
As Williams gets a rest. Second down and 7. In motion comes Harrison. They fake it to him. They give it to the tailback, and then Russell gets nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage at the 48-yard line.
Defensive squad is the first-team all-conference player, and that was their center. Got on the referee's timeout, I'm not sure.
11 a.m. on Sundays. See them at 2180 Northeast Highway 99W. Or call 47. Know the importance of a good defense. Max Security Services provides the best defense you can get through their professional security guard services. They provide both patrol and standing guard services for residential, commercial, industrial, and government applications. And they're licensed and insured for your protection. Add a no-holds defense to your team. Call Max Security Services at 835-6051. That's 835-6051.
Here we go, start of the second quarter, and Musser goes straight back to pass. Rush comes, they set a screen to the near side, get it to Russell with running room to the 45 to the 40, ahead to the 35, run it over, tacklers to the 30, and all the way to the 26. Listen to the fans appreciating Russell's screen to David Russell for a first down to the Central 27. Great call. First downs, first quarter. Linfield 5, Central Iowa 3, rushing Central 66 yards. Linfield 27. Get you the rest of the quarter stats in a moment. Here's the handoff coming to the near side to Russell, trying to get outside 25, and dives ahead to the 23 and then out of bounds. He just kind of ran out of room. Very, very close statistically at the end of the quarter, as is the case with the score. Very close, tied at 7. Start of the second quarter. Second down and 6. Linfield, 23-yard line of Central Iowa. Open field to the left. Hand the ball to Russell again. Gets to the 20 and tackled right there. A pickup of about 3 on the play, and it'll be third down.
Linfield can break somebody to the outside. I think they can pick up the first and 10.
They bring Nosler out of there as a wide receiver now. We'll go to a two-back setup and 2 wide receivers to the left. They get out of the 3-receiver set and go 2 receivers this time. Start Harrison in motion. Here's Musser, handoff, and Williams gets stuffed. I'm not sure. He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. They sent motion to the near side, tried to get Central. Going to use a timeout and talk about it. And while they use the timeout, let's do the same and we'll break away. There's timeout on the field. Game tied at 7. We'll be back after this 60-second break on KLYC.
At Burger King, we're always trying to make havoc.
A message from the Department of Transportation, Ad Council, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
Here's the play. They flip it to Harrison. He gets to the 16 and out of bounds. That's going to be as yet in the ball game. John Nosler has not caught. That is interesting. 7th first down for Linfield. Just shy of the, let's call it the 15. The nose of the ball is just shy of the 15-yard line. Linfield moving left to right. Ball near side hash mark. Open field left sideline right. Buchheit tight end to the right. Back to the run to Russell up. Tackle to the 15. Drives ahead and dives down to the 11. And gains 4, and we got a flag. And we're going to have holding coming up here against Linfield.
And it's in the backfield against Agpalza.
Yep.
He's protesting.
Pretty good plays. Meaningful plays for Linfield.
Negated big yardage gains for the Wildcats.
Yeah. 2 receivers to the left, 1 out to the right. They mark it back to the 25. It's not quite as bad as I thought it was going to be, but still, it's about first down and 20. Back to pass Musser. Winds up, throws the ball toward the end zone. He through right traffic. It's intercepted. It's returned out to the 5, to the 10, to the 15. All the way back to the 20 comes Nelson. He's out to near the 30 and tackled across the way at the 31. And first down Central. And that was a very, very double coverage as it turned out, because they not only had a corner over there, they also had a safety over there, did Central. So shouldn't have thrown that one. And it's very costly. It stops Linfield's drive and gives Central the ball back. First down to the 29. They roll Corson into the near side. Winds up and throws it way over the head of the intended receiver. Kurt Long with coverage by speed in the West leads Pacific Lutheran 7-0 at the end of the quarter. That's real. You hardly ever see this in the playoffs, but that's the 6th seed against the 7th seed, both of whom sprung big upsets last week. According to the seeds, we happen to think that PLU is not a big upset. We think they're a real good football team. They hand the ball straight ahead to Ashelman's back in now at tailback, and he gets it across. Probably that decides all that. 3rd and long for the Dutch. I wonder if they saw any games during the year. 3rd down and 8 at the 31-yard line for Central. In motion comes Long back to the near side. Corson with a throw, slipping now, trying to roll out of trouble. Gets to the 35, gets ahead, and gets tackled out of bounds at the 38. That's he's shy as they marked it. By a yard. He'll be shy by a yard at the 38. Assistant coach this year. At least a punt formation. We know that. Yeah. That's a good point. Don't go to sleep, because anything's possible. Long is single deep. O'Neill, the punter for Central's back at the 25. They do snap it to him, and he does punt it. It's a line drive variety. Wong should have a return from the 25. Cuts to the near side to the 30. Got one block by Ricks, and then is hammered down at the 32. And that's where Linfield will...
His wife's a kindergarten teacher in the Sherwood School District, and so very happy to have Craig. He's done an outstanding job for us already this year.
Head coach of the Wildcats, men's basketball team, Larry Doty, talking about his new assistant, Craig Randall. They hand the ball to Williams, and he fights to get back to the line of scrimmage and gains a yard only from the 33. They start Long and Josh Harrison. I wonder what that situation is about. He hadn't heard anything before the game. No, he came. In fact, I talked to him during the week, and he was fine, so I'm not sure what that's about. We can get a report on it. 2nd down. Tight end is Marcus Ward in there now. Here's the handoff to Williams on a delay, a little draw, and he carries across the 35 and out to the 40 for Pretty good pickup, 7 yards by Marty. And it'll be... It's hard to tell what he hurt. I mean, he looks fine, but obviously something's going on there. He'd be in the game. 2 receivers, one right and one left. Russell back in at the running back spot. Now the fullback, he leads the blocking. They give it to Williams straight ahead. He crunches it out near the 42 and is tackled. And boy, that's real close. Right where the sticks are. The sticks are just shy of the 42-yard line for first down yardage, and that's where Williams wound up. They marked the ball, and they're going to have to measure this one. They'll bring the... I kind of think he might have made this, but like you said, Dave, this is theirs, post players to go along with Shea Wright, and they're going to have a successful season. No question about it. First down, Linfield, their own 42. 7-7 tie. 9:53 left first half. Slot left formation for the Wildcats. Harrison slot inside Wong. Nichols out to the near side, the right of the formation. They go back to the run again to Williams. Off tackle, 45. Breaks ahead to the 50. He's got a first down all the way to the 46-yard line of Central after a pickup of 12. Nice job. And sent
one. And saw some really good things out of our young pros. We had 4 of our pros win double figures. We had 5 people with double figures overall. So it was a really good win for us because they're a preseason pick. Number 4 on the West Coast, and we were able to be successful. And then Saturday we played Laverne University and didn't play quite as well, but again, offensively did some great things, beat them by 10, 85-75, and came out of the weekend 2-0.
Player for the Dutch was defensive tackle Steve Perkins, a 6'3", 240-pound senior, first-team all-league player for the second year in a row.
8:47 to go, second quarter, 7-7 tie. Linfield with the ball at the Central 42-yard line and trying to mount an offensive threat. 2 receivers to the left and 1 out to the right. Here's Musser's call, straight back to pass, give it to Williams on a delay, not going anywhere this time. He's hit at the 42 and ridden backward. Great penetration by Austin. Not been in there the last couple of series.
By the way, Darrell, the right cornerback is Nate Corselman. He is the brother of the quarterback, Scott Corselman.
And a good player. He's a lot of tackles. Third down and 7. Linfield 3 out of 4 third down conversions. Again, the draw to Williams to the 40, to the 35, got a first down to the 31, down to the 30-yard line. There's a surprising
picking up the first and 10.
Clock runs. We're going to have a very rapid first half, it appears, down to 7:28 left to go in the half, tied at 7.
The ball's been put in the air 12 times, 10 by Linfield, 2 by the Dutch.
Light rain continues to fall. Pretty steady rain. We've had it since kickoff at noon. Here's Musser to throw the bomb into one-on-one coverage. Incomplete. And it's a good thing it was incomplete because it was
to get to the football. He can't get it over the defender to the outside because the defender's so tall.
Second down and 10. 29-yard line of Central. Linfield trying to sustain the drive, and they fumble the snap. Musser couldn't get it, and Central did. Central recovers, third turnover, Linfield, and boy, that's sure death, I'll tell you. And yeah, they've been able to move the ball, but they just haven't been able to sustain. That might have been just a wet football, too. Musser, as he was coming out with it, just kind of had it slide out of his hands, it appeared. All right, here's Corselman back to pass on first down with good protection, and gets it out on the far side flat, complete at the 30 defensive possession. Chris Riddell again at a defensive tackle. Normally they have gone all season long with Moore and Gaspar, but they've been using Chris Riddell a lot today, the 6'3" freshman from Gresham. Chris Bigler is tied into the right of the formation. They go slot left. They hand the ball to the tailback, and Russell Hayes has got him, and that'll end that. At the 34-yard line, no gain. Wildcats, Minville Newburgh. 6:30, first half, tied at 7. Central with the ball. They have it at their own 34, third down and 4. In motion comes Long, right to left through the formation. Corselman slips a little bit, rolls to the near side, going to want to run, and has got running room. 35, first down, 40, and out of bounds at the 45. Brady Andrews, the corner, over to shove him out of bounds.
Gaspar and Riddell, 3 big linemen up front.
Power eye in the backfield. Brandt in at fullback now. Play action fake. Corselman back to pass. Drops the ball and bumps it. Just as he was going to let her go.
Her sideline. That's where the good footing is, by the way, is outside the hash marks, outside the number markings on the field.
Yeah. All right, 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left as they take the tight end out and go to 3 wide receivers on second down and 17. They got Linfield to jump. It's going to be offside, I think. Give it to the tailback, and Mikeway gets to the 40 for a yard, but I think Linfield's offside here. And we'll check out the penalty. It is offside against Linfield. While we're doing that, I have another question for women's basketball. It's kind of a jamboree type thing. That's a good way to put it. They have set opponents. Played Western Baptist, won last night. Play the host school Concordia tonight at 7:30. All right, second down from the 43-yard line. They marked off 5 yards for offside on Linfield. McCullough in motion, wide receiver given to the fullback straight ahead with running room, 45 and out near the 50-yard line. Joe Ritzert, who seldom carries the fullback for this team, Central College.
They're not so with Iowa. That could be a running play, so it gives the defense more stuff that they have to concern themselves with.
They're down at 5 for Central, 50-yard line. Just in from the far side hash mark. Open field to the near side of the field. Corson with the throw. Lots of time. Winds up, throws it up for grabs. Caught at the 40 for a first down. Nice catch by Kane. Joe Kane up high in the air to make the
traffic that gives them new life at the 40-yard line.
Fifth first down for Central. They have it at the 40. Officials changing. They change the football on every down because of the weather, because of the rain. I mentioned raining since kickoff time. Well, the weather predictors were right on. They said the rain would come in Western Oregon about noon, and that's exactly what happened. And we're going to have it the rest of the day, we're told. First down at the 40-yard line. Here's Corson straight back to pass. Rush comes. He's in big trouble. He's going to get sacked back at the 45-yard line. Where to go this time? Hans Evenson.
And, in fact, he just passed Ryan Carlson, who's down in front of us here in the crowd. And moved up to third on the all-time list, tackles for loss.
Kane. And long, wide to the right. Corson back to the right to pass. Looking, going to throw upfield. Got Kane open. Got it to the 30. He's got a first down inside the 30, down to the 25, another 24, and out of bounds. Well thrown ball by the quarterback, Scott Corson.
The most impressive drive of the afternoon. 3 first downs thus far. The ball at the 25-yard line of Linfield.
Bigler is tied in to the right. Tailback is Lickway. They have white jerseys, white uniforms. Does Central. We're not going to be able to read numbers in the second half. Here's Lickway trying to get outside. Can't go anywhere. Got to the 25, and the Wildcats knocked him backward and almost knocked the ball loose also. As we go, there's a little mud on those jerseys.
If Central had red pants rather than white, it would be almost a Nebraska look.
Yeah, exactly right. McCullough wide to the right.
Nobody out there to defend him yet.
Well, might be a good idea to get somebody out there.
There's that Brady Andrews matchup I talked about with the parents before the ball game.
Here's Corseman rolling to the right with time again. Now he's getting pressure by Evenson. Gets out of pressure, gets to the 20, and is knocked out of bounds all the way across the way. Boy, the Wildcats had a great opportunity to get him and didn't do so. And he third and less than a yard. Corseman went over near the side. No, it wasn't. They're just going to make a change in the backfield as Todd Vanderdorg comes in. He's another tight end. They'll go 2 tight ends, and they took too long. There was too much confusion as to what they wanted to run here on this play. Concordia up in Portland. What about their team, Rob?
Concordia is a much improved team. They have 2 Division I transfers. One from Oregon State is playing. It's going to be a big test. You know, BYU is always at the top, and that's where we want to be. So it'll be a good one to see where we're at right off the bat.
Coach Robin Stewart, that's a game that we will be broadcasting next Saturday night. Tell you more about that in a moment. Here we go. It's third down and a yard, less than a yard at the 15. Give it to the tailback. Diving ahead is the Ashlerman, and then he's knocked backward. But they'll give him a little bit of forward progress. He gets knocked back to the 16 or 17, but I think they're going to mark the ball inside the 15-yard line, and that's about the end zone. Try to force a field goal try in this possession. Again, we were talking about how good a team this is coming back, Central, and what a good second-half team they are. So first down at the, just inside the 15. Play action fake again by Corson. A big rush on. They got him. Jacobs got him way back at the 26-yard line. Totally jumping up and down Alex Rick.
And calm at the monster position.
Jacobs, the tackle, is a health and physical education major who transferred to Linfield from Southern Oregon. He made a big play there. Fumble. Here's a fumble. The ball loose, and Linfield's got it, I think. Wildcats recover at the 25. Ball. Now what happens to Central is Corselman lost the snap, and the Wildcats recover, and wow, what a turnabout that is, Dave, after being first down at the 15-yard line.
And the sack helped set that up because they were trying to pass, and Corseman came out too soon from away from center.
1:07 to go in the half. See what Linfield's strategy is here. They give it on a draw to Williams, gets to the line of scrimmage and spins out to the 29 for 4. I was going to say they might...
The clock at 46 seconds and running.
Yeah, it is. The clock is running down. I'm not going to use a timeout, but as you say, they are not huddling. All right, second down and 6 at the 29. Back to the run again to Williams trying to get outside. It's Russell to the 30, 35, got a first down and pulled down at the 40, which will stop the clock with 29.
Quality car care. Whether it's tires from the Delta Group, custom wheels, brakes, shocks, or alignment, they're committed to a hassle-free, no-frustration philosophy of doing business. For information, call Gerber at 472-0670. Gerber Tire and Service Centers, located in Linfield and Lincoln City. They say, go Wildcats!
Here's a pass out to the near side, cut by Nosler. He goes out of bounds at the 40, at the 39. He's back in there. That's great news. It's a completion. We got a flag down, and let's see what the penalty. I think Nosler was pushed on the way downfield, and that's going to be the call. So the play, best of the day, laid it right in there to the receiver streaking down the near sideline, and John Nosler made the catch. All right, Nosler to the right. Harrison slot inside, Wong to the left. First down at the central 39. They start Harrison in motion. And here's the call. Straight back to pass. Central rushing 4 in trouble, and Nosler is knocked down at the 4. The ball is not completed and taken out of bounds. That would stop the clock, of course. 17 seconds to go in the half. 7-7 time. Linfield trying to get a shot at a field goal here at the end of the half.
Both offenses able to move the ball. Neither offense able to capitalize on very much. Both teams scoring really as the outcome of long plays.
Wong and Harrison wide to the left, and Nosler out to the right. Buchheit is tight end to the left. Ball to the near side, Ashbark. See how many central rushes. Looks like they're going to bring 4. Long count. They're bringing 3 only. Rolling to the near side, looking. They flip it out to Nosler, but he's in the playing field. 35 tackle to the 33. Now the clock's going to run, and it's 4th down. You can't get up and just ground the ball here either.
Well, I don't think they want to do anything.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. They ground the ball, and time has run out. That's going to be the end of the half.
Let's see. I think they're going to hold them on the field till they make a decision.
Now let's see what the
You put time back on the clock.
That was not 4th down. It was 3rd down, so they're able to ground the football, but whether we're going to have any time left clock, that's not right.
Well, it's inconsequential. This play is going to do it because they're going to have to get to the end zone, you think. Nosler, Wong, and Harrison are your receiving corps.
Okay, 0.8 of a second. Now they've got it right. Okay.
I think the Linfield offensive line is in an illegal formation for the moment. Take a look at that.
Yeah, and back to pass goes Nosler, winds up and throws the bomb down the near side towards Nosler into coverage, and it'll be out of bounds, and that'll be the final play of the half. So it doesn't make any difference as it turns out. Well, a very of Iowa, 7, and the Wildcats of Linfield, 7. The Wildcats lost the ball.
Centered for the 3rd turnover. All 3 of those turnovers in Central territory. Going the other way late in the first half, Central had a drive to look at
USC 7. Second quarter, Miami 10 and Boston College 6. They're at halftime in Puyallup. Pacific Lutheran and St. John's tied at 7. 7-7 tie. Here's the kickoff taken at the 15, return to the 20, 25 comes 20 to the 30, out to the 35, and a nice return, 35-yard line, and Linfield will 18-6. Wittenberg beats Hanover 32-21, and Trinity and Bridgewater 41-41, Dave, in overtime.
And Trinity is really struggling this year. They're 9-2 going into the contest. They're accustomed to being undefeated going into the Stag Bowl.
They're in overtime right now at Bridgeport, tied at 41. Musser with a quick out pattern, incomplete. And boy, Central had that. It's a good thing it was incomplete because they were ready for it. They were going to throw a quick screen. We start the final 30 minutes.
We do have rain. There appears to be no hint of a breeze, however, in either direction. So the end of the field you have is not particularly an issue.
Right. Flags are still right now. 2 receivers to the far side, left to the formation, 1 out to the right. The 1 running back now is David Russell. Williams is not in there. Back to pass. Going to throw the bomb up the near sideline for Nosler. Adjusts and caught it out of bounds.
Baby!
He caught it out of bounds.
Look at Josh Harrison.
Boy, John
protesting the
10. Linfield at their own 35. They'll come back with that play because that's worked for big yardage this year. Musser to Nosler when they're able to catch a defense in one-on-one coverage. Straight back to pass, Musser. Same pattern, near side. Nosler got it. Great catch.
Oh, my goodness, what a catch.
Oh, what a catch Nosler made down to the central.
Keeps the Wildcats in possession of the pigskin. They have not punted yet in today's ball game.
First down, they've either scored or turned it over today. First down at the 46-yard line of Central, moving left to right. 2 receivers out to the wide side of the field, the far side from us. And here's the handoff straight ahead. Russell lost his footing for a moment, gets stood up by the linebacker Bonham and knocked backward. He'll gain a couple to the 44. Wasn't able to really get the series to third and the fifth, etc. Final, Syracuse rallied back. They were down 14-7 at halftime today to Rutgers and rallied back and beat Rutgers 49-21. I'll give you some more scores in a moment. This is 2nd down and 8 for Linfield at the central 44-yard line. We're early on in the third quarter of our game, tied at 7. Hand the ball to the near side, comes Russell. Off a tackle to the 40, drives ahead 35, right over the top of the cornerback, and a first down to the 33. He went right over Chad Klein. Isn't it interesting that both of the games in the West region of the Division III playoffs at halftime today tied at 7. St. John's 7, POU 7. And, of course, our game, 7-7. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. First down, 33-yard line of Central. Near side hash mark. Brukite tight end to the right. Back to the run they go to Russell. Straight ahead to the 30, got to the 29. Stood up, they knocked the ball loose, and they recover it. Bonham knocked the ball loose and then recovers at the 33. They're able to wrestle the ball and goes up. First down, Central at their own 32 as Linfield has fumbled the ball loose. What they were able to do that time is stand the running back, David Russell, up and then knocked the ball loose from him. Here's Corseman rolling back to the right to pass. Winds up, looks, and throws downfield into coverage. Knocked loose and incomplete. Ricks was back there along with Ray Lyons, and I think it was Lyons helping out from the safety position came over. It was a good thing that he did because we do think it was Lyons who got a hand on the football. NC State wins over Wake today. They trailed 14-3 and came back and won the game 32-14. They're headed for a bowl. Georgia Tech beat Georgia today 27-15. McCullough, wide receiver in motion. Corseman sprint back to the right to pass, gets pressure, and is going to throw the ball into the bench. One of the coaches caught it across the way for Central. Also, his teammates respond. Down below, they're also motioning to the crowd to whoop and holler a little bit. Joe Keane and Kurt Long far to the right. Central 4 of 8 on third down today. Then Long in motion through the formation. They go to the run with a fullback. Ripsert got to the 35 to the 38 tackle there. It'll be 4th down. Little fullback trap up the ball game. How Sante has been neutralized through the remainder of the ball game. They need to get him back in the contest. I think he's too far back for one thing. I'm going to say he's 10 yards too far back. Yeah. He stands at the 25. He's going to have to run up the field, as you would think. Exactly. Waiting for the snap now. Linfield hasn't gone after the punter yet today. They have 8 on the line of scrimmage. They are coming, and here's the kick. Line drive. Long up to get it. Bobbles the ball. Got to pick it up at the 38 and then gets swallowed at the 39, and a flag flies. We may have a penalty there on Brady Andrews for holding. He was the only Linfield player near the football as Wong picked it up. And that's it. Andrews is caught for holding, and so Linfield's going to be backed off. And if Linfield can win, the game would be played here because they're the top seed in the West. That's what decides whether you play on the road or at home. First down, Linfield backed up at their own 29. They throw it outside, completion to Harrison. He's still alive to the 35. He's got a first down out to the 40-yard line. A little quick slant pattern, a little hitch pattern, really, to Josh Harrison at some Portland State today, 49-14 in the 1AA playoffs. Notre Dame leading SC 14-7 at the Coliseum in the second quarter. Tennessee leading Vanderbilt 14-0 in the second quarter of that game. First down, back to pass Busser. Winds up, throws the bomb up the far sideline. Covered, but the catch is made out of bounds. Boy, a fine catch by Nosler, who thought he was in bounds again. But later, I think all the games underway are final now with the exception of Virginia Tech. They'll play at Va Tech tonight on TV at 4:30. Syracuse beat Rutgers 49-21. Georgia Tech beat Georgia 27-15. And NC State beat Wake 32-14. Those are the finals of the day. Here comes a run. Williams is back in there, gets to the line of scrimmage and drops the ball and jumped on it and lost it, and Central's got it. Try 5 turnovers. Holy, jumping up and down. 26 to go in the third quarter. And of course, weather's part of this. And the statistics on this, you win about 1 out of every 11 games. It makes it so hard, and it puts your defense under so much pressure. Field's starting to get dug up a little bit out there in the middle as they hand the ball to Ashelman straight ahead, and he's going nowhere. He got to the 43 and then gets knocked backward. Really good in this half, both of them on fumble recovery. Dutch, that's their nickname, the Dutch, out of the huddle. Kane, wide receiver to the left, and Long to the right, and the officials step in. They may want a second down and 9 situation now. Quickway is back in there. It is Asherman, and they give him the ball to the 40, running hard at. He's got it down to the 35, and he's got a first down. Crom makes the tackle down near the 35-yard line. With shy. Now they'll mark it at the 35. Be third down, a little bit less than a yard. And we'll see the power formation with 2 tight ends and 2 backs now with 10-10 left in a quarter in a 7-7 tie. Fullback is Ritzert. Asherman is the tailback. From the 35-yard line, Corselman sets Brandt, a wingback in motion to lead the blocking. They give it to Asherman, and he's got a first down. He dives forward to the 30. Well, I think he's got a first down.
I think he's probably defensive ends in Jay Backus and Tim Jay.
Out of the postgame show, Dave. All right, here we go. 4th down. 4th down and inches. Just inside the 35-yard line of Linfield. Tight formation with 2 tight ends. Brandt starts in motion. Wingback goes from left to right. They quarterback sneak it ahead. He'll have the first down. No question about it. Corselman on a sneak ahead will get it close to the 33, and that'll definitely... The field goal kicker is Mark Fuloff normally. 7-9 on the season. 42 is his longest kick. See if all that becomes a factor. Backs in the eye, tight end to the right, straight back, no faking. Corselman to throw the bomb. Down the field, he got McCullough open. He's got it at the 5. He dives for the end zone. He is down at the 1-yard line. Holy, jumping up and down. They hit the bomb to McCullough, and Central on the season 4 touchdowns coming in to today, and that's a big, big catch in this game, as Central now has a great chance to go in front.
Ike Gillis will hobble off the field. Got a knee banged up on that play. He'll be back before the game is over.
8:32 left in the third. First and goal for Central, so they hit the big pass play to get it to the goal line. Of course, the moon sinks it on into the end zone for a touchdown, and Central goes in front 13-7, and big lead.
Well, 5 turnovers in the last one led to that particular touchdown drive.
Tim O'Neill is in to kick the extra point. He's the punter. And get it down and kick it up on the way, and it is good. Perfect. So Central has taken the lead at 14-7. Let's go back to KLYC. Timeout on the field. The Caps are down by 7 now with 8:18 to go in the third quarter.
Chicken crisp sandwich for just 99 cents. Topped with mozzarella cheese and zesty marinara sauce. Right now, just 99 cents.
Burger King. When you have it your way, it just tastes better.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary.
44 yards and 6 plays on the drive for Central in the touchdown, and now they kick it off with O'Neill to the far side, taken on the fly by Cooney at the 20, gets to the 25, gets out near the 30, gets into a stack of players there, and then they roll him out of bounds across the way at about the 31-yard line, and that's where
the Wildcats, but Central came back on their next possession themselves to knot it at 7. Central now at 14-7. The Wildcats have yet to punt, but they have to take care of the pigskin.
A lot of time to go.
Empty backfield formation for Musser.
And Russell in motion. Here comes Wong around. They give it to him on a reverse to the near side, to the 30, to the 35, gets to the 40, and nailed out of bounds to the 42. Flags fly. 15 yards, personal foul. Everybody at about 3-4 yards out of bounds wound up sliding into the bench, but he's okay. Everything's all right. And this will, boy, does this help a possession. The first play, you get 10-plus yards, and then you get 15 more tacked on for the third quarter. They find themselves behind here, 14-7. Wong is the lone receiver out to the right as Harrison goes wide left with Nichols. First down play. Musser hand the ball on a dive to Russell, and he gets tackled in the backfield and will lose a yard to the 44. Boy, I'll tell you what.
Penetration by Nate Hansen.
Nice job. Loss of 1 back to the 44. This is at the top of the hour, 2 o'clock. This is KLYC, radio for Yamhill County, 1260 AM, McMinnville, Newburgh, the home of the Linfield Wildcats. Second down and 11 at the Central 44, trailing 14-7. Back to pass Musser. They set the screen. They get up to the near side to Russell. At the 45 to the 40, head to the 35. Weaves his way up the sideline to the 30. Runs over tacklers to the 45 and out of bounds. Another great run by Russell. He's had some terrific runs.
Up in this drive, the Wildcats with 3 first downs in this possession. 1 on a run, 1 on a penalty, and now 1 on a pass play, a little screen pass. And the Wildcats with a scoring opportunity nearing the 25-yard line of the Dutch.
18 first downs for the Wildcats. They have it first down at the 26-yard line of Central following that great run by Russell after the catch. They throw the middle to Harrison, a completion. He got loose at the 20. He's still alive at the 15. He's at the 10. Hey, goodbye! 5, touchdown Wildcats! Take that play off the reel and use it a later time. That's a big play in this football game, Dave.
Harrison did not do it all on his own, but he did much of it on his own. A great run after the catch.
Terrific run after the catch. Here's the PAT now by Cannon. It's on the way. It's up and perfect. 6:58 left to go, third quarter. Linfield fights back into the game. We're tied at 14 here in McMinnville, and we're going to a break. We'll be right back after this 60-second plays. Great job of the Wildcats to counter Central's touchdown. And here's Cannon with a kickoff and a very high kick, short kick for him. Taken at the 10 by Nelson. Up the middle, gets to the 20, gets hit, stood up, and tackled at the 25-yard line. And Linfield got good downfield coverage that time with good height on the 20-yard line. 14-14. Now up at Puyallup. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. PLU 14, St. John's 13.
Oh, baby.
So two very good playoff games going on in the West.
Four great teams at work.
And no doubt about that. First down and 10, almost the middle of the field at the 25. Corselman hand the ball to the fullback. Richard, he gets 3. Straight ahead, gets out to the 38-yard line.
And Stevenson on the tackle.
And 70 yards total offense.
And St. Norbert's was 10-0 going into the contest.
They were undefeated going into that game.
This is the only game today, Darrell, that has two undefeated teams on the field.
Now, a different look in the backfield, and then they shift out of it and go to two wide receiver set, straight I formation that we've seen most of the day. Vanden Oort in at tight end. They give the ball to the tailback to the 30. Comes Ashelman to the 31, and it's spun down. Sean Moore
for the Wildcats up front. It's Sean Moore, Ricky Gaspar. The defensive ends are Backus and Jacob. Eric Crom at a monster position.
Here's third down and 4 now. In motion goes long. Corselman rolls that way to the right to pass. Winds up, floats it downfield. Got a man open to the far side. It is caught. It's a completion down near the 40-yard line of Linfield and out of bounds.
Effective passing. 6 of 9, 135 yards. Hasn't passed much, but he's been very effective. Musser, by the way, 21 attempts, 208 yards to this point.
Grant is back in at fullback for Ritzert. Then one wide receiver in motion. Give it to Lickway. Big hole inside the 40 to the 36 where Rick's got him and he fumbles. Linfield's got the ball at the 35. Wildcats.
Possession of the second half.
Wild game down at the Coliseum in L.A. Second quarter, Notre Dame 21, USC 14. Second quarter, Miami 24, Boston College 6. We update a couple of the games on the tube. Give it to Harrison on the flanker around reverse. Not going anywhere. He gets stood up and he gets knocked back, clear back inside the 30. Out of the playbook for a while.
Well, they may be setting up something for later on where they fake the handoff to the fly guy and give it to the fullback straight up the center, or even drop back and pass out of that situation.
Second down at 15, back at the 30 now after the loss of 5. Harrison, wide receiver out to the near side. Nosler goes to the far side. They go to a draw handoff to Williams to the 35 and a line to the 40. Try to break another tackle and couldn't, or he'd have been up the sideline. It's Russell on the carry. David Russell to the 40.
And a makeable third down for the Wildcats.
Nice job by Russell. He's done a nice job running the football today.
He's the lone back in the formation behind Musser, the quarterback.
They go slot left again with Harrison, Nosler to the far side. Harrison in motion, rolling back near side. Musser, nothing open. They chase him out of the pocket of the 30. Sets up, throws cross field, incomplete. Trying to throw back against his body to Bukite out near.
Standing inside his 26-yard line. Single back deep for the Dutch to return the punt.
Ready for the snap now. Need a good snap. They get one. Not much of a push by Central, and here's the kick to the near side. Klein up to get it and slips down. Good coverage downfield immediately by Linfield's Ray Lyons, just as he was going to try to return it back upfield. The field's starting to get muddy now. It's been raining all day long. It was in great shape coming in. They put a tarp. They put the baseball tarp on the field here during the week to preserve it, and it just looked terrific. But it's getting chewed up a little now. And that's going to happen, obviously. It rains all day. First down, Central at their own 30-yard line. To the run again to the tailback. Straight ahead, Ashelman to the 32 and out to the 33 in games 3. And in the fourth quarter. 2:42 left to go in the third.
That's one of the reasons the Wildcats may be rotating defenders in, by the way. Keep fresh bodies in there.
Yeah, probably without a doubt. McCullough, wide receiver in motion. They give on a delay handoff, and here comes Asherman. 35-40, got a first down to the 50s, running hard, and gets knocked off his feet at the 48-yard line by Alex Ricks. But a nice run down to the 48-yard line of Linfield, off immediately, and they're gonna take a look. They're gonna take a look at him here. He's kind of blinking. I think he may have gotten a finger to the eye there. 11th first down for Central. They move it into Linfield territory as they have the ball at the 48-yard line. In motion goes long. Corseman straight back to pass. Winds up, throws the ball into the middle of the pack. Intercepted. That time Linfield had covered. Ray Lyons makes the intercept down to the 22. That time, good coverage by Linfield. First down and 10, Wildcats. And here's the play. Give it to Marty Williams, who's back in there trying to get outside. No running room, and gets nailed right about the line. Let's take a tight end out in this case. They had Ward in there. They had two tight ends, so they can take Marcus Ward in, take him out of the game, and go back to three receivers.
Wildcat offense with over 100 yards on the ground. 64 for Marty Williams, 44 for David Russell.
Two receivers to the left, and one out to the right. And straight back to pass. Musser winds up, throws the ball up the near side of Nosler in traffic, couldn't get there, incomplete. A really good coverage.
Didn't mistimed it.
So it'll be a third down and 10. Linfield backed up at their own 22-yard line in this 14-14 tie. Down to a minute 11 to go in the quarter.
Need to pick up a first and 10.
5 for 8 on third down conversions is Linfield. Dave Evenson tells me they give it to Marty Williams straight ahead. I got a hole, 30, got a first down, 35, and bangs his way out to the 39-yard line.
Sophie felt it may have been an honor for the whole running staff that Marty was the guy that picked up the honor, but there he shows you why.
It's probably a good point, too. The early yards that Haberberger got this team, and then Williams, and, of course, Russell also in recent weeks. First down and 10, Linfield at their own 39-yard line. Back to the run, Williams to the 40. Guy plunges ahead out near the 45 before Austin Bonema knocks him down. It'll be a gain of 6 in the Austin Lawrence, and they've done a good job today against a very beefy Central Iowa defensive line. All right, Linfield's going to let the clock run out. Everybody's going to raise forefingers to signify fourth quarter. Here we go. And we get to the end of the third quarter in a dandy game. Playoff time at its best. Central 14, Linfield 14.
Companies can give a kid a new realm of choices and opportunities. Barnum Electric, reminding you to be patriotic. Fly the American flag.
Barnum Electric, one of our great sponsors. We start the fourth and final quarter. Linfield 14 and Central 14. Straight back to pass goes Musser. Rush comes. He gets nailed. Throws the ball far side. It's going to be out of bounds. Boy, I mean, he got it.
Fourth quarter is always ours. Playing the team among American colleges this year that's had the best fourth quarter of all.
Yeah, Central, yeah. They've been terrific. And I'll repeat that stat right after this play. This is third down and 4. Those are the ball just shy of the Linfield 45-yard line. They go back to the run. Williams got stuffed for a loss. So the punt time. Boy, big play by Steve Perkins, the defensive end, in the fourth quarter. So if Linfield is going to advance, they're going to have to do it. In the playoffs, they're going to have to be the one to do it. Third quarter stats, Linfield 21st down, Central Iowa 11. Rushing, Linfield 133, Central Iowa 113. More in a moment. Low snap, Crossland down, gets it, and a good punt back to the near side. Nelson over to get it at the 20-yard line, turns upfield to the 25, got to the 29, and tackled there. Nice
Belmar got him.
Boy, he's made a ton of... The way this one's been going, you're absolutely right, especially with the game being tied. 14-14 tie. First down, Central, their own 29. They move left to right as we go to the final quarter in McMinnville. In motion goes McCullough to the far side. Give the ball to the tailback. It's Ashelman, I think, out near the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. It is Ashelman. Almost to the 35, where it'll be second down and 5. And Central trying to pound it out on the ground now.
They would prefer not to put the ball in the air if they can get away with it.
And the center stands up and says, we need a new football. So the officials, maybe in our next commercial break, maybe Jason can update us on the PLU score. They were up 14-13 with 6 minutes to go in the third, our last report. They give it to Asherman, and he's tackled. Boy, he barely got back to the line of scrimmage. They went to a delay that time. Kind of a
third down defense out there. They bring back Doug Kohler to defensive end position. He'll be joined by Tim Jacobs at the other defensive end. Gaspar and Moore in the center along the defensive line. Ricks, Lyons, and Brady Andrews in the defensive backfield.
Third down and 5. In motion goes long. Corseman rolls back to the far side to throw. He's got too much time to throw. Now he's got to run. Gets hit by Crum and stood up. and he will not make a first down. They knocked him backward. He got to the 38 and no further. Good job, Eric Cromley, and got a lot of help in the fourth quarter.
Two great ball clubs with long and rich traditions of winning football.
And how good is that for St. John's to hold PLU to 14 points going into the fourth quarter at home? Wow.
Sante Wong hoping to get a chance to return a punt back at his 25-yard line.
Long count, high snap, but O'Neill there to get it. Here's the kick, a short kick. Wong calls fair catch, lets it roll, and he couldn't get to it. Again, he's too far back. Him into going most or the length of the field.
I want to comment on that in a minute.
Okay. We'll see what happens as Linfield goes on offense first down at their own 31. They go to a slot left. Russell is the lone running back. Nosler is wide to the right. Straight back, no faking. They throw it outside. Harrison got to the 35, stumbles, it turns ahead, and dives forward to the 38 and gains 7. Okay, he's stuck. That's right.
I mean, it's been a very resilient ball club both ways.
So don't count your chickens if you score.
Well, you'd like to score and put the pressure on it.
Well, that's the thing. Also, and the field's getting worse, muddier, slipperier, etc. Here's the handoff to Russell. Out tackle, 40, got a first down, 45, still running. He's to the 50, drives hard. Nick Turner, the tackle down to the 49 of Central, but another nice run. 1 first downs by Linfield. That's a great stat against this good defense. Too bad we don't have more points. That's the problem. 10:40 to go, tied at 14.
Ball in Central territory.
Heck of a game. First down at the Central 49-yard line. Receivers right and left. They give it to Russell straight ahead. Got to the 46 and hit and
it'll be no bargain whoever wins, whoever you draw.
No.
It's going to be a tough game.
Yep, tough game, no doubt. By the way, the game will be played at the winner of this. If Central wins, they'll get a home game. We told you Linfield wins, they'll get a home game as the number 1 seed. But Central would be a higher seed in the West, and so if they beat Linfield today, they would get the home game. Oh, baby, the snap as Musser, and he throws it away. And that's probably good. They wanted
the biggest tackle that the Wildcats have. As Musser looks to the near sideline, gets the play from his counterpart, Ty Matthews, the quarterback.
Or Blake Clues, one of them.
Well, I think it's Matthews.
You think it's Matthews? They're both giving signals. Back to pass. Musser winds up, throws the bomb down the near side for Nosler, and we could have a penalty. No! Oh, my goodness, we don't. Oh, yeah, receiver.
Chance to pin him deep if Coughlin can get this punt off and bury him deep.
Fourth down. That was a call that Linfield could have used and would have been a huge call in this game, but not to be. Here's the punt. And Coughlin hits it off the side of his foot. A terrible kick. It hits, but it does get a roll inside the 30 down to the 26, and they're probably lucky it went that far. That was a terrible punt.
At the 27-yard line.
Got to play defense now with 9:32 left to go. Getting down to that point now where...
Get a turnover, Cat.
Yeah, a turnover would be just huge in this game. Here comes Corselman rolling back to the right to pass. Gets a big rush on. He ducks under. He runs to the far side. 30, got a first down. 35-40 up the sideline. All the way to the 45 and across it out of bounds. That's a huge play. I'm not sure who it was had a bead on Corselman.
It was Gaspar.
But he went flying right by him. And he was able to duck under and then skirt left in and get big yardage to the 46. They give the ball to the tailback who slips and falls. He tried to cut back to the near side in the 10. Repeating, PLU trails by 7 up in Puyallup against St. John's in Minnesota. The winner of that game plays the winner of this game. We're tied at 14 with 8:34 to go in our contest. Backs in the eye. Wide receiver goes in motion to the far side. Give the ball to the tailback, Asherman. Stood up and tackled at the 48. Gain of a yard. Stop this play now and force Central into turning it back over to them.
Do you remember when we came to the ball game how pretty that symbol was in the center of the field at the 50-yard line?
And now you can't see it. You can't see it. 3 wide receiver set here now for Central and Corselman, who goes straight back to pass.
Hey, flag down.
Flag down. Going to run. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. They converge and tackle him at the 48 shy of first down yardage. Good job by the Wildcats. Gaspar gets over there to make the tackle. Good job by Ricky. He is just covered with mud right now, Ricky Gaspar.
It's a motion substitute.
Is it really?
It's their presence.
Isn't that great? So we got a Hall of Fame ex-coach Ad Rutschman for the Wildcats on the kickoff team.
And a
kickoff return team.
Coach for the
Oh, that's great. Okay, O'Neill to kick it. He stands back at his own 40. Wong is single deep, and he's too far back as usual, I think. Here's the kick. Booms to the far side. Lets it bounce again. It bounces up to him, and he covers it at the 20. See, Wong is about, we've been talking about
10-yard students. This would be a huge drive if the Wildcats can get it down.
Now, the thing you want to do, too, is take care of the football. This is, would be death if you turn the ball over down here. First down and 10, 19-yard line. Far side hash mark. Russell in motion. Give the ball to Williams on the handoff in his own backfield, and did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Wrapped down at the 19. Now they wind the clock. 14-14. Tie with 6:40 left to go. You know what happens if it... Kansas City playing.
We're going to score. Not a problem.
25-yard line and all that stuff, which is too exciting. They throw the ball to their side and it's over Wong's head and in line. So Linfield has moved the ball today, but now stuttering on offense.
They have been 3 and out the last 3 possessions.
Yeah, 6:27 left to go. Great job by Central's defense. Living up to their credentials here in the final quarter defensively. Here's Musser straight back to pass. They rush 4, throw it over the middle and way behind Harrison. That wasn't close. Allow a long run back because good field position for Central could enable a short drive to set them up for a field goal try.
And the Wildcats are a man shy, I think.
Yeah, they are. They're going to have to use a timeout.
Security services at 835-6051. That's 835-6051.
We learned in school that Christopher Columbus set sail to discover a new world. Actually, he was just looking for a place to crash. Luckily, you don't have to travel halfway around the world for a great hotel. Just sail on into Best Western Vineyard Inn. Whether you're visiting from out of town or just even hide away from home, they offer a complimentary continental breakfast, premium movie channels, and indoor pool and spa. For reservations, call
466-yard line. So great field position for the visitors. The Dutch out of Pella, Iowa. Central Iowa. Tied at 14. Central starts this possession in Linfield territory. Corselman rolls to the far side, and he gets knocked out of bounds. Runner pass, and right on top of him is Sean Moore to throw him.
The final 16 in the NCAA Division III playing this afternoon.
Gaspar comes out of there. They go with Jacobs up front with Sean Moore and Doug Kohler. We're shifting all kinds of people around now. Central second down and 13. Back to the run to the fullback. Richard, and he breaks through. Gets to the 40 and runs hard. Gets near a first down and finally goes down at the 37. And a flag down. Well, let's see what the flag's about. We had a late block thrown, I think, by Central, but it also could be a face mask violation on the tackle. So we'll have to see. Ritzer with a big gain. They went to the fullback draw, gained 13. And it is, it's against Central Iowa for holding.
And they did not pick up the first down, I think, before they got the hold.
No, not quite, I don't think. They needed a second down and 11. 14-14 if you're just joining us. 5:09 left to go in the game. Crunch time. Two very evenly matched teams. Shift the tight end. Bigler from left to right of the formation, and here's the play. Give it straight ahead to the tailback with a hole. Running is Ashelman to the 40 and down to the 37. He gets it right back where it was before. 38, it'll be a yard and a half. Third and a yard and a half.
And with 4:31 to go in the game, might this be 4-down territory?
I would think so, Dave. I would agree with that.
You got a big offensive line.
Yep.
Cats have got to stuff them on this play.
Yep. Two tight ends in there as Vandenoord comes in and joins Bigler. Third down and 1. Give it to the fullback, Ritzerd, and he got it close to a first down.
He's got it.
I think so. He's inside the 37.
Or stiffen up and allow no yards.
Central 14, Linfield 14. 4:04 left to go and counting down.
Linderman back in the ball game with safety position for the Wildcats.
Boy, it's very much a power set in the backfield. Now they shift around as Bigler goes from tight end right over to tight end left. Two wide receivers. We're going to see a running play here. You know that. Hand off to the tailback. Straight ahead, Ashelman gets to the 35. And a push ahead down to the 34 and maybe the 33. Good tough run by Ellis. Boy, somebody needs to stand the ball. If they're going to run the tailback up the middle, stand the ball carrier up, and somebody's got to go for the football. Second down and 6 at the 33. Tight end Bigler lined up left, now moves over to the right. Backs in the eye with Ritzerd and Ashelman. Line of scrimmage to 33, back to Asherman, get hit in the backfield by Gaspar. He'll lose a yard to the 34. Ricky came through untouched.
We'll talk from time to time about huge plays in the season, and this will be one.
Yep, here's a big play in this football game. Forcing the quarterback over to talk to his head coach.
Parselman has been tough rolling out of the pocket today.
Yep, you've got to be very conscious of a rollout here, runner pass. 2:27 left to go, tied at 14.
Four down lineman for the Wildcats. Passing down, he'll pull the ball down and run.
Rob, and getting to the 30 is Corsovan, and he'll be tackled at the 29. Boy, he drags Wildcats from the 32 down to the 29. And the game right here, as far as Linfield is concerned, is on this down. It's 4th down and 2 at the 29-yard line.
The Cats bring in Riddell and take out Doug Kohler.
Clock is running.
I think we've got a timeout.
Yard line. The Wildcats desperately need a stop, or Central's going to wind up winding their way into field goal position. Here we go. Central, all the fans down below us now standing. 4th down and 2 at the 29, and they want to change the football again. So we got a delay there. What a place this would be for a little play-action rollout. 4th down and 2. Here we go from the 29-yard line. Fake to the fullback. They are going to play action. They throw it out of the flat. It's caught by Asherman. 1st down to the 25. Boy, that's a perfect call, Dave.
It really was. You had it figured out exactly right. Checks into the ballgame defensively for the Wildcats. He's not played a lot of football this year.
1st down at 10 for Central at the 25. They're going to try to get some more yards.
I think they got an early start and they didn't get a flag.
Asherman, and here comes a very late flag as Asherman spins and gets to the 22. Boy, let's hope this is on Central. Because
every penalty now is critical in either direction.
Oh, especially, yeah.
1:27 to play and the clock stopped.
It is motion.
Yeah, they caught it. It was just a late flag.
Back to the 30. Now, this may be out of field goal range. So now if you could play defense and make a tackle here.
Cats anticipating a pass on this down.
1st down and long from the 30. Corson will go straight back to pass. Looks, winds up, throws out the inside. Got a man open. It's intercepted. Oh, baby. Brady Andrews picked it off at the 6-yard line. 2 minutes ago, I don't mean football clock minutes, but actually 2 minutes ago, Central was in field goal range at the 25 with the ball, 1st down. Now, 2 minutes later, they don't have the ball. Linfield, 1st down at their own 6, and now it's protect the football.
I'd run the ball, and if you get something great, if you don't, let's just go to OT.
That's right. That's all. And
take care of the football.
Be thankful that the other team, Central, didn't get a chance to beat you with a field goal.
And Musser wants to get a clean ball and calls essentially an
what a finish up in Puyallup. So that game is going. That baby's going. We may have 2 overtime games in the West region today. That one obviously is going to overtime. They give it to Russell straight ahead, drives out to the 10, protect the ball.
And your fans are dumbfounded all around the stadium.
And you don't.
It's a brain damage play.
You don't even force them to call a timeout.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that could be the difference right here. Now you may have to throw for it here.
25 seconds left to go in the game. 3rd down from the shy of the 10-yard line. And they'll go back to the run now to Russell, and of course he gets eaten up alive.
And now they'll call a timeout and force you to punt.
Yep.
You would have never had to punt had you run the ball. This is trouble for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it is. You have to get the kick away, don't let it get blocked, and then you've got to cover. And they're coming with everybody. Crossland gets it away.
It's a
boomer. And Klein.
He called a fair catch and touched it. I think it's live. Cover the ball.
At the 38, let's see what the officials rule.
I don't know if he touched it. I thought he
touched it. Boy, it was close.
The coaching staff off the hook, though, for that one call that allowed Central to get the ball back with time remaining. So now you got to play deep and make sure you cover everybody.
All right, 1st down, 9 seconds, 9.9.
If I'm Central, I'm just going to down it. I don't think I'd wing it, but I think they will.
No, they're going to run the fullback up the middle. Richard.
They're going to go to overtime.
Yep, Richard carries for 4 out to the 43, and that's it. So now the 2 teams are going to go to overtime, and for those of you who are not aware, Dave, let's you go ahead. Dave's got to run. Here's what happens with the overtime section. Coin toss of the year by far. Boy, you want to win this coin toss, because if you don't, you're going to be on offense first, and it really puts the pressure on. PLU 21, St. John's of Minnesota 21. Going to overtime in Puyallup. Both games in overtime. Unbelievable. What great playoff games in the West, NCAA Division III today. All right. Let's see what happens now as they get ready to toss the coin. The referee talking to the captains. 4 captains for each side out at the 50-yard line. Explaining the rules a little bit of overtime. Talking about the coin toss. Central gets to call the toss since they are the visiting team. They still have not tossed the coin. Come on, ref. I think Central won the toss of the coin. Let's see what the signal is. I believe Central has won the toss of the coin, which means that Linfield would go first. But we don't have a signal. He has not signaled at all. Central won the toss. They will elect to play defense. Linfield goes on offense first. By the way, if you go to a second overtime, you don't score. 99 times out of 100, it seems like you lose because if nothing else, the other team kicks a field goal and beats you. Connie and Dave Evenson with you, and here we go, the start of overtime. First down, Linfield at the Central 25. Linfield gets the ball, then Central gets the ball. Tight end Buchheit to the right. See what the play calls are now as we go to OT. Back to pass. Rolling to the right is Musser. Throws to the right. Got a Wong open. Completion. Down to the 18 and out of bounds. Gain of 7. Penalty. First down. Tough to do. Oh, it just kills you in overtime, you know. And Oregon eventually won the game. Second down and 3 for Linfield at the 18 of Central. Start of overtime at Maxwell Field. Straight back to pass. Musser. Sets up. Looks. Throws. Again, threw it away. Had pretty good coverage out on the far side. Serious position on 4th down and 3. Do you kick the field goal to get points up? Do you go for it? If you go for it, you don't make it. You almost assuredly lose. It's not a cinch, but the odds are very high.
Taking time getting this play in. I can't see the game clock down to 12 seconds on the play clock.
Now they're at the line of scrimmage and we're ready to go. They're going to get it off, I think. From the 18, 3rd down and 3. Musser straight back to pass. Big rush on. They set the screen near side. They make the tackle. It'll be an incomplete pass. The ball popped out immediately, and now Linfield indeed has 4th down and 3. So do you send Scott Cannon out? Distance is fine, but it's angle left. It's in a tough spot on the field. So let's see what happens. Snap. Musser got it down, and here's the kick on the way. And he got it through there. It's good.
Well, now you're counting on your defense to win the ball game.
Now the defense needs to at least don't give up. Going to take it from the far side hash mark. Send McCullough in motion through the formation. Give it to Ashelman. Hit at the line of scrimmage and tackle.
I think it's Evenson who got him right there.
Sean Moore. And it is Evenson now to make it a first down. Then you really got a chance.
A lot of pressure from the defensive secondary. They've got to get some help up front from the defensive line.
Second down and 10. This will probably be a pass now. We'll see. Receivers right and left. Backs in the eye. And rolling back to pass is Corselman. Rolling to the near side. Looking. No one to throw to. Cuts ahead. Got to the 20 and tackled to the 19. One of the Linfield players says, hey, Chris Bigler, and Linfield calls timeout. Field. We're in overtime.
McCullough, number 14, the lightest jersey on the field, is the guy that's been a thorn in the Wildcat side today.
King goes wide left. They bring 2 receivers out to the right in a slot right formation. It's 3rd down and 4 at the 19. We're in overtime with Linfield leading by a field goal. Big.
Oh, there's a motion call. That's a motion call.
There's flags all over. Are they going to stop the play?
Yeah,
they stopped the play.
It's a motion call.
Illegal procedure, and that's an automatic stoppage of play. The play they were going to run is roll Corselman, the quarterback, to the left.
And what I was going to say is that's where the Linfield defense has been soft to the outside against the quarterback all day long. But now they're going to have to go straight drop back and pass. You would think it would be the play call.
Yep.
Are they giving us the option?
Boy, I don't think
if they're giving us the option, you decline it and make them kick.
Well, I think they are given the option, aren't they? Illegal procedure.
I thought they blew the play dead.
I did too. Corselman just stopped running the quarterback. They do refuse the penalty. Well, here's the game. Either if O'Neill makes it, we go to a second overtime. If he doesn't make it, Linfield goes to December 2nd, playoff time. Waiting for the snap now at the 27 or 28, 38-yard attempt.
We're only going to send 3 rushers. Everybody else
right.
play
Gets
defense.
Down and kicks it in the crowd. out. He kicked it into the players. Linfield has won. Holy Toledo. The Wildcats are all celebrating.
Well, that could be a TD.
Now,
They're going to call it a TD with fans on the field.
Oh, they do call it a touchdown. It was
unbelievable. Everybody thought the game was over. Fans were now they've got to pickle whatever they call. Whatever they call, they're in trouble. They can't even it up.
I have never seen a finish to a game like this one. But what he did is the kicker slipped in starting forward. He wound up kicking a line drive right into the pack of players.
And the official's going to huddle and talk it over. And the Wildcats, of course, are irate. The Central fans are ecstatic.
I could, we're the 92.
Touchdown Central.
Yep, touchdown Central. They win, they advance. Unbelievable. Oh, that's unbelievable. Holy cow, I have never seen, I've seen some tough losses in my life, but this one is going to rank right at the top. An attempt to angle right under difficult situations in terms of the field, a muddy playing field, etc. And the kicker, O'Neill, as he was coming forward, kind of slipped. His plant foot skidded, and he wound up kicking the ball, a line drive right into the lineman, right into...
never got off the surface.
It never really got off the surface. And so...